Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're welcome to another session of our Arabic program, Learn and Speak Arabic like Natives in 6 months. This is lesson 13, module 14. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at adjectival phrases in Arabic. This is called مركب توصيفي. مركب توصيفي. How do we form adjectival phrases in Arabic? This we're going to be learning. If you're just joining this lesson for the first time, this is an Arabic program designed for whoever individuals who are willing to learn Arabic in a short period of time. So if you just join in, sure to subscribe and turn on the bell button, and of course share for other people to learn Arabic in the simplest form, and of course be able to speak it and use it like the natives in just a period of 6 months, inshallah. Follow up the lessons, stream the playlist, and learn all the previous lessons. Now let's move on. We're going to be looking at expressions, adjectival phrases, which is مركب and توصيفي. Let's look at some adjectival phrases in English. We have expressions like small bag, beautiful house, an intelligent girl, two smart students, beautiful teachers, good Muslims. So these are adjectival phrases in English. These are adjectival phrases in English, adjectival expressions in English. Now we'll look at how we can do the same in Arabic. How can we do the same in Arabic? So this is what we're going to be learning. Now let's look at some of these expressions in Arabic before we tell us how you do that and some other things that are related to it. So we want to talk about a small boy. From the previous lessons, we talk about nakra. So first of all, let's look at a boy. A boy is walad. Waladun with tanween. Now, waladun, a small. And then small is saghir. So we say waladun saghir. Waladun saghir. A small boy. Waladun saghirun. So walad is the boy, a boy. Saghir is small. So we can combine it together. Waladun saghir. Let's look at another example. A beautiful house. Baytun jamil. Look at the trend. Baytun jamil. So the noun is baytun and the adjective comes after it. Jamil. Waladun, noun, and the adjective comes after it, and that is saghir. Now we could look at an intelligent or smart girl. So we say bintun dhakiyah. Bintun dhakiyah. Bintun is the noun and dhakiyah is the adjective intended. So an intelligent or smart girl. Two small students. Two students. طالبان. طالبان. That's two students. It's a nakra because it doesn't have alif and lam. And then we have صغيران. صغيران. That's small. So we say two small students. طالبان صغيران. طالبان صغيران. Alright? Now let's look at an example. We have beautiful teachers. معلمات جميلات. It's as simple as that. معلمات is the noun and جميلات is the adjective. معلمات جميلات. And Muslimun, we have the righteous Muslims. So we have Muslimuna salihun. Muslimuna salihun. Muslimuna salihun. Now, if you look at these expressions or these phrases, the following pattern, whereby we have the noun coming first and then the adjectives, coming second in all of these cases. Okay, that's what we have in this case as مركب توصيفي. Now, let's look at further explanations. Alright, as you see, the above expressions that we have over there comprises of the noun and the adjective. And take note, it's always the opposite of the English arrangement. You look at a small boy right here. A small boy. Okay, the boy comes second in English and the adjective small comes first. But it's not the case in Arabic. The noun comes first and the adjective comes second. So we say, ولد صغير. Okay, now let's move on. Now, this part, the first part, which is a noun, ولد, بيت, طالبان, and so on and so forth. Okay, whereby we give this noun an adjective. So these noun, they are called منعوت. They are called what? منعوت. Okay, that's correct. They are called منعوت. That is the noun that is being adjectivified. Okay, now the other part, which is an adjective, the second one, is called sifa. It's called what? Sifa. Alright, it's called sifa, which is the adjective describing the mawsuf. Or nat. It's called nat. So we have man'ut and nat. Nat is the adjective. Another word, popular word, is you say mawsuf instead of man'ut. So you say mawsuf, and of course you say sifa for the adjective. Sifa adjective is a sifa, and we have man'ut. Okay. Now we can also say instead of man'ut you can say mawsuf. Instead of saying nat you can say sifa. All right. Now let's look at the analysis of the example one. Waladun صغير, a small boy. So the first part, waladun, is a nakra, fine, and is an ism. Okay, so it is called mawsuf or man'ut, but I'll be using mawsuf mostly. So this mawsuf, that is the object being qualified. The object being qualified. Why the second part, which is صغير, is sifa or nat, which is the adjective itself. Okay, that is qualified the noun. I believe that's understood. Okay, let's move on. Now, let's take note a very important point which I've mentioned earlier. English is always the opposite arrangement of these English words. Okay, it's an opposite arrangement, just like we have it. Now let's look at this. Let's look at how we can make the expressions. Basically, if you want to make the expressions become ma'rifah, so we got to just do some things, which is quite understood. Now, what we need to do is you just add alif and lam to make it ma'rifah. Okay, so now let's look at that in the ma'rifah tone. We have al-walad al-saghir. Al-waladu al-saghir. Okay, the small boy. We just have to add al instead of saying walad and saghir. Okay, so we say al-waladu al-saghir, the small boy. Take note, if you should, say al-walad saghirun, whereby you give the saghir a nakra, then it means that you have formed a nominal sentence, which is the boy is small. And it's not what we needed. So what we need here is the adjective. All right. Now let's look at an example. Al-bintu al-dhakiya, the intelligent student. Al-bintu al-dhakiya, the smart girl. Okay. And that's okay arrangement. Now we have the house, the beautiful house. Al-baytu al-jamil. Al-baytu al-jamil. Okay. Al-baytu al-jamil. Okay, the beautiful house. The two small students. We have الطالبان الصغيران. الطالبان الصغيران. الطالبان الصغيران. Alright, now we have the beautiful teachers instead of a beautiful teacher. Okay, or two beautiful teachers. So we have معلمات جميلات. معلمات جميلات. معلمات. Okay, sorry. المعلمات الجميلات. جحد ألف لم تي. المعلمات الجميلات. Okay. Another example here is we have the righteous Muslims. المسلمون الصالحون. المسلمون الصالحون. Okay, so now that we understand how to form a مركب توصيفي by arranging the noun first, mentioning the noun first, and having the adjective second. Okay, now having understood this, let's attempt the following exercise. Okay, let's attempt this following exercise. So you got to translate and send to the comment section on the YouTube. Now we have fast train, a slow car, a big book. Fast train or a fast train. We can make it knuckle. Okay. Now look at the other ones. A big book, a slow car, the small city. Now the small city, a wide place. Okay. A wide place. Okay, which is Makan, sorry. Makan. That's a place is Makan. Okay, so we can say Makan wase. Okay, so if this is understood, we've understood how to make the ma'rifah. Now I advise you here, basically you got to do this exercise and send in. And for easy doing, I've advised all of you to download a Dickbox Arabic dictionary. Take note of that. We have many Dickbox Arabic, but Dickbox dictionary, but you have to download the Arabic version. No, Arabic dictionary. Okay. Now, so you can use it to make research about some of the words you don't know. But now, so we move on to agreement between Sifa and Mawsuf. So when you have your Sifa and Mawsuf, there must be an agreement between them. And the agreement has to cover three things. So those three things are the ta'rif and tankir. The definiteness and indefiniteness, they must agree in that aspect. They must agree in terms of gender, mudhakkar and mu'annath. They must also agree in terms of number, mufrad, muthanna and jama', which is singular, dual and plural. So let's look at each of these categories. Now we look at the first one, which is the agreement between the sifa and mawsuf in the light of definiteness and indefiniteness, المعرفة والنكرة. So in this case, when your mawsuf is ma'rifah, your sifa must also be ma'rifah. Otherwise, you'll end up with a jumla ismiyah. And if your mawsuf is nakra, of course your sifa must also be a nakra. Now let's look at some examples here. We have waladun saghirun. Waladun here is a nakra, which is mawsuf, and saghir, which is a sifa, is also a nakra. So waladun saghirun, a small boy. The small boy, al-walad al-saghir. So that is ma'rifah. Al-walad al-saghir, the small boy. Now let's take some examples on nominal sentence for us to see what we're talking about. So if you make one a ma'rif and the other a nakra, then that's all you have. Al-walad saghir here. The boy is small. Al-walad saghir. The boy is small. So, however, when you have a مركب توصيفي, which is a nakra, such مركب توصيفي can serve as khabar in a jumla ismiya. And when مركب توصيفي is all ma'rifah, they can serve as ma'rifah as a mubtada in a jumla ismiya. So let's look at an example, a good example here. So here we have الولد ولد صغير. The boy is a small boy. الولد ولد صغير. The boy is a small boy. Alright? So ولد صغير is مركب توصيفي and is serving as an khabar in this case. Alright. So we can also say the small boy is smart. So we just say الولد. Let's get that. الولد الصغير ذكي. Alright, that's it. الولد الصغير ذكي. Okay, ذكي. That's it. And so which means the small boy alright, the small boy is smart. Alright, so that's what we have. Now, alright, which is what we have here. In fact, there's another example here. الولد الصغير جميل. The small boy is handsome. Alright. Now let's look at the agreement in terms of gender. When your mawsuf is mudhakkar, is a masculine, then your sifa must be masculine. When it is feminine, it must be feminine. Now let's take some examples with the adjectival phrase. We have al-bintu dhakiyatun. Okay, that's gender. Al-bint is feminine. Then you have to say al-dhakiyya. Okay. So, sorry, this has to be dhakiyya, not dhal. Okay, it has to be dhal here. Okay, dhakiyun. Now, so al-bint al-dhakiyya. Okay, the smart girl or the intelligent girl. A fruitful tree. Shajaratun muthmira. Shajara is feminine, so you say muthmira. Zawjatun jamila is also feminine, a beautiful wife. And for masculine, zawjun jamilun, an handsome husband. Alright. Then number 5, ta'amun ladhi. Ta'amun ladhi, a delicious food. Ta'amun ladhi, a delicious food. A delicious food. Alright. So that's what we have here. So ta'am is masculine, so the ladhi must be masculine. And at the same time, it is nakra. So it must obey in all cases. Let's look at number 3, the third category, which is number, al-adad. When your mawsuf is 1 or singular, then your sifa must be 1 or singular. And if it's 2, must be 2. If it's more than that, your mawsuf must be, indicating this, or your sifa must also be indicating this. Now let's look at singular. Bintun jamila, a beautiful girl. Bintani jamilatan, 2 beautiful girls. Banat jamilat, many beautiful girls. Khalfan and above. So Muslimuna salihun, righteous Muslims. That's also okay. Muslimun salihun. That's masculine. It is a plural. Mu'minatun salihat. Mu'minatun salihat. A beautiful, righteous Muslim. Now this is a classwork for you. Try to attempt it. Classwork. We have you translating this, a new bus, the new the two new students. Please discuss. Ensure to answer this question inside of the in the comment section for correction. All right, barakallahu fikum. If you're just joining, ensure to subscribe and turn on the notification button, and also, of course, share so that everyone can benefit from this program. 6 month learn and speak Arabic like natives in 6 months. Inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.